Welcome to Marlene at Home, but I'm not at home today. This episode is called A Touch of Spring, and I'm at the Lehigh Greenhouses on Grandview Avenue in Hanover, Pennsylvania. And I was just longing for a touch of spring, and I'm sure you are too, and wanted to show some bright colors, and boy are they here. Here are some beautiful pansies in different shades of purple, and then here are some mixed colors. So it really brightens up our day and our spring. I also love all the succulents that are behind me, all of the fun old looking tin cans, old barn door, all the things that you might have laying around in a garage, a basement, that you might be able to use in your decorating on the outside or the inside. Stay tuned as we look at some more things. I love some of the ready-made planters. If you're not a real green thumb like I am, you might enjoy purchasing something that someone has already planted and made. And I love the deep purple in here and the greens. And then below me, you see planters. You could put outside or inside. You might just have to watch that it doesn't freeze between now and when it warms up a little bit more. But some very lovely things to consider. Here are two smaller versions of what I showed you a moment ago. This is more of a medium size, and I love the deep purple and yellow in this one. And I love these adorable little, what we used to call Johnny Jump Oaks growing up. And it says flowers and garden on the planter, but some more ideas. Do you have an old bike you were thinking of getting rid of? Well, here's an idea. Put it out in your garden. Here's a big old cactus. Just caught on my sweater, I got too close. Some old things you might have laying around, old decorations that are seeing their better days, don't necessarily mean you need to throw them out. You could put a couple things together, plants around them. You could add things of great color. There's some cute things here on this table as well, mainly with succulents, but here's one that looks like a purse. Here's some that are in an old floor that has been painted. Old jugs or tins, a whole variety of things that you might want to consider. Here's something different and colorful. This is called a chenille plant, and they're almost furry looking, and one of the people that work here said they'll turn brown and die off. You just break them off and then new ones will grow. Also, the ferns overhead are just luscious. And so if you like ferns, there's so many choices here, and just so many just beginning the season. They'll get much larger in the weeks to come, but some more choices. Here are some of my favorite flowers, ranunculus. My oldest daughter got married in May, and the month of May, and these were the colors in her wedding, and they were in her flower bouquets. And I just always loved this bright pink and kind of a white ivory. And ranunculus, another good spring choice. I just love these bright, deep purple and white, and they almost look like they have little faces on them. And then, I've shown these before, but these deep purple with this bright yellow right beside it. I love this color combination. Nothing against the mixed colors, but I just love these two. There's the lighter purple over here, different shades, different things, but I really love this deep purple and yellow, as well as these little ones that look like they have faces. Here's some things I'm not as familiar with, but maybe you are. This is called Rainbow Mix of Bitterroot. Very lovely and in different colors on both ends here. And then there's a whole assortment of what's called English Daisy on these two shelves. Very stunning pinks. Here we have an assortment of corabelles. This one's called a Georgia Peach. Shades of peach. So you might like that one. Then there's, let's see, this one's called a caramel. So more autumn looking. And a bright spring green. This one is called Lime Marmalade. Another shade. And then this corbel all the way up here is deep purple, called Forever Purple. All different colors, assortments of corbels. summer lovers, I had to give a little hope. These are just in the beginning stages, but these are Burpee Big Boy. Right here, these are the Beefmaster, right in here. Then we have, up this way, the Sweet 100 Cherry. So, all different tomato varieties. I'm a tomato lover. One of my favorite things to eat in summer is an open-faced broiled tomato sandwich. Piece of bread, slice of a big juicy tomato, sprinkle with salt and pepper and oregano, a thin slice of onion, bacon strips across the top, and after that's broiled to perfection, just put a slice of American cheese on top, just enough to melt. Wow, my favorite summer sandwich. This is called angel wings. I'll try to pronounce the real word, Sinecchio. Anyway, a beautiful silvery white foliage and very lovely. One of my favorites is Baby's Breath, and I know these sell very quickly. There's, I don't know, 3, 4 front to back of the greenhouse of these Baby's Breath plants. And so very beautiful, and if you're looking for those kind of things, this is the time of the year to get them. Also, just starting are peonies all along in here of every different color that you can think of. So that's just really starting. More of all different kinds of tomato plants. I just spread one of them with Early Girl, but just all kinds of varieties, and all of those ferns there in the background. Those go very, very quickly. They just arrived today, and she said they sell out quickly. Here are some geraniums that are just starting, and then I love more of those chenille plants in the next row, and the Baby's Breath behind and beside there. So just some very lovely views of those again. And here right below me are some daylilies. I thought they looked like Easter lilies, but I was afraid to say that. Anyway. There's some more things to look at. Old-fashioned bleeding heart reminds me of my grandmother. She used to have some really pretty pink and a little bit of red, two-tone ones. There's some red bleeding heart that are called Valentine. There's some pink ones down there further. I want to give a very special thank you to Karen Lehigh for graciously welcoming me to her family's greenhouses. I just happened to stop by and they allowed me to film outside here on this beautiful day. Karen and her husband and 5 sons run this almost 90-year-old business of Lehigh greenhouses. And so I can't thank her enough for sharing the touch of spring that her lovely facility showed. I had never been to Lehigh's greenhouses. Another librarian here at the North Carroll branch said, "Oh, you must go, and highly recommended it. And so I was really glad that I did and could share this touch of spring with you and give you some of their personal information here. Here are some books I found at the North Carroll branch today. Gardening Basics for Dummies, a fun and easy way to start playing in the dirt. A Garden Miscellany, an illustrated guide to the elements of the garden by Suzanne Stauerbach. Garden Made, a year of seasonal projects to beautify your garden and your life by Stephanie Rose. Annuals, Perennials, and Bulbs, 377 flower varieties for a vibrant garden, designing, planting, and maintaining a beautiful garden. Spring Bulbs, an illustrated guide to varieties, cultivation, and care, with step-by-step instructions and over 160 inspirational photographs. Plants You Can't Kill. Well, I better get this one for myself. 101 easy-to-grow species for beginner gardeners. And one final one, Success with Succulents by John Bagnasco and Bob Bradeen Mueller. Thank you for joining me again at Marlene at Home. I appreciate you joining me on this venture out of my house and to a greenhouse. I hope you enjoyed some bright flowers for spring. Thanks again for joining me.